we're on stand 95, fully ready, requesting push and start.
In May 2019, we went to Turkey for the first time. We took a flight from Mumbai to Istanbul, with a 3-hour stopover in Kuwait City. The very next morning, we took another flight by Turkish Air from Istanbul to Antalya. Located on Anatolia's southwest Mediterranean coast, Antalya is one of Turkey's largest and most charming cities. It has some stunning beaches, deep blue waters of the Mediterranean, majestic Taurus mountains in the backdrop, beautiful waterfalls, moody streams, and lush green pine forests. Antalya's Old Town, or Kalaycı, remains the heart of this modern Turkish city. Home to a number of historic monuments, it's a maze of narrow winding streets, dotted with traditional wooden houses, restaurants, and boutique hotels. Antalya had been a part of Greek, Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman empires over the course of its 2,000-year-old history. Nearby areas are dotted with ruins of these Roman cities. In the third episode of our Turkey series, we have taken you to the beautiful ruins of Faselis. This is the fourth episode of our series, and our final day in Antalya. Today we'll visit the famous Antalya Museum, explore some of the charming restaurants in Kalaycı, and then take a flight to our next destination in Cappacodia. We had our breakfast at an open-air restaurant with bread and menemen, which is a soft Turkish omelette, with cheese and tomatoes. There were olive, sausage, orange, and Turkish coffee to go with it. The tables were arranged around a small pool. And as typical of Antalya, there were more cats around us than fellow tourists. The Antalya Museum is located near Konyaaltı, which is around 15 minutes drive from Kalaycı, where we were staying. Also known as Antalya Müzesi, this is one of the best museums in Turkey. It includes 13 exhibition halls and an open-air gallery. It covers an area of 7,000 square meters, and more than 5,000 works of art are exhibited.
There are no fences, Papa. I don't want to pet it.
In addition, there are more than 25,000 artifacts in the storage, which are not displayed. Some artifacts, which are too large to be accommodated inside, are displayed in the open gardens. The museum exhibits artifacts from Neolithic and early Bronze Age to Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman era. These early Bronze Age pots are more than 4,500 years old. These black and red figure Greek potteries date back to 700 to 200 BC. Excavations in the Karatas and Semeyik sites, near the town of Amali in the 1970s, revealed this early Bronze Age cemetery, where people were buried in large clay urns. The center of Mosaic Hall displays ancient mosaics that were found in Lycia region, in Seleucia and Xanthos. You can see technicians busy with restoration. The Hall of Statues displays gods and goddesses found in excavations at Pergae. They date back to 2nd and 3rd centuries AD in Roman period. They include Minerva, the Roman goddess of wisdom, justice, and arts; Zeus, the king of the gods; Apollo, god of knowledge, sunlight, music, and arts; his twin sister Artemis, the goddess of hunting, wilderness, and chastity; Tyche, the goddess of fortune and prosperity; Hecate, goddess of magic and witchcraft, and many more. In the center of the Hall of Imperial Statues, there are the beautiful figures of the three Graces and the dancing woman from Page. This is probably the most photographed area of the museum. The dancing woman is a stunning figure, made with two-tone marble. While the body is made with white marble, the hair and her beautiful swirling dress are made of a darker shade. Along the walls of this hall, splendidly preserved statues of Roman emperors are displayed. These were found in excavations at Perga. Emperor Hadrian is easily recognized by his trimmed beard. Emperor Trajan is depicted in beautiful armor. Septimius Severus was portrayed in a playful mood. Then, there is the imposing statue of Plancia Magna, a lady who played a significant role in the development of Perga during its golden age. Outside the hall, you'll find the gigantic statue of Macedonian king Alexander the Great. Student of the Greek philosopher Aristotle, he was one of the greatest military generals of all time. He led his army to conquer the lands of Asia Minor, Egypt, Syria, Persia, Babylon, Bactria and parts of India. The Hall of Sarcophagus is probably the most impressive hall of the museum. Sarcophagi of Roman period, from Pamphylia and Sidamara, are displayed here. The exhibits represent the three main groups of Anatolian sarcophagi. The first group is called Pamphylian and can be recognized by distinctive garlands and the figures of Psyche and Eros. The second group is called Sidamara or sarcophagi with columns. These are characterized by their decorations similar to a temple with a colonnade. Between the columns, in the form of reliefs, the scenes from the life of the deceased are shown. Some of its most impressive examples are the 10 Labors of Hercules and the sarcophagus of Domitius and his wife. The beautiful sarcophagus, with the theme of Dionysus, the Greek god of wine, needs special mention. The intricately carved figures on its side are absolutely amazing. But both the ends of this fantastic sarcophagus were damaged by two robbers in search of the treasures inside. The most unique sarcophagus is the one with medallions and supported by the goddess Nike. This is the only one of its kind, preserved in its entirety. Additionally, there are sarcophagi for children, and an extremely rare one for a dog. The upper galleries of the museum contain the Hall of Coins, the Treasures of Sion, and the Icons Gallery. Gold, silver, and copper coins from the Hellenistic to Ottoman periods are displayed in the Hall of Coins. One interesting example is the treasure of Aspendos. This includes 206 silver coins, called statas or drachmas. These drachmas, found by archaeologists recently, were minted in Aspendos in 350 BC. It is believed that the owner hid his treasure after hearing the news of Alexander approaching the city in 332 BC. The treasure of Holy Sion dates back to the 6th century and are considered to be important works of art of the early Christian Byzantine period. These were discovered in the early 1960s and was illegally smuggled to the United States. Some pieces have been returned by the Dumbarton Oaks Collection in Washington and are displayed in this gallery. The Icons Gallery displays 18th and 19th century church paintings on wooden panels. Other than these galleries, there is the Children's Hall, where miniature models of the ancient cities of Perga, Aspendos, and Patara can be seen. The museum took almost half of our day, and after a crash course on the regional history of the last 4,000 years and more, we decided to take a break. Antalya has some of the best street foods and restaurants in the region. So, here are the glimpses of a few to end our last day in Antalya. The famous Turkish sand coffee is made in a copper pot called çezbe on hot sand. It's stronger and thicker than regular coffee and has a fantastic aroma. We explored a few sweet shops around, serving lokum, better known as Turkish delight, and baklava. But the thing we liked most is the stuffed mussels, served with lemons. At night, just relax in one of the seaside restaurants near Çeşik Mina. You can taste some Mediterranean seafood, enjoy the lively music, and dance to your heart's content. With a heavy heart, we finally said güle güle to this charming city and went to catch our flight to Kayseri, our next destination in Cappadocia.